Welcome back, CA Hoops fans. I'm Bobby Broyles with Rob Washburn for CA Hoops Weekly, presented by Under Armour. We have some great matchups to preview for this week, but before we get to those, let's recap some of the headlines coming out of last week's contest.
What a wild week it was around the CAA, especially last Thursday when road teams swept all 4 games and 3 of them were decided either in overtime or the final seconds. Let's start at the top with Hofstra, which extended the nation's 3rd longest winning streak to 12 games and improved to 5-0 in CAA play for the first time ever after an unbelievable 93-90 triple overtime triumph at William & Mary, followed by a hard-fought 74-71 victory at Elon. The Pride continues to find different ways to win and is getting contributions from a variety of players, which is a sign of a great team. Northeastern also went 2-0 on its southern road swing, pulling out an 81-70 overtime victory at Elon before putting together one of their most impressive performances of the year in a 20-point win at William & Mary. The Huskies are starting to look like the team that was the overwhelming favorite to win the league back in November. Drexel rallied from a 13-point second-half deficit to stun Charleston 79-78, ending the Cougars' 22-game home court winning streak. Troy Harper delivered in the clutch, sinking 3 straight free throws with 1.1 seconds on the clock. Delaware completed the Thursday road sweep with an 82-69 triumph at UNCW as freshman Ithiel Horton set a school record with 9 3-pointers and tied a UD freshman scoring mark with 31 points. On Saturday, JMU picked up its 2nd straight CAA win after an 0-3 start, erasing a 10-point halftime deficit to beat Towson 74-65 behind 20-point outings for Matt Lewis and Darius Banks. And finally, a big congratulations to UNCW senior Devontae Kaycock for becoming the all-time leading rebounder in Seahawks history on Saturday. He's in rare company with over 1,000 points and 1,000 rebounds in his amazing career.
Absolutely incredible. As we turn the page to another week of exciting CAA play, we begin with the rematch of last year's epic CAA title game. We definitely remember that one. Yeah. It will be on Thursday night on CA.TV and regionally televised on Nesson Plus as Northeastern welcomes College of Charleston to Matthews Arena.
Yeah, it's hard to imagine that these two teams could give us a more exciting game than they did last March, but it definitely has the potential with so many players back on both sides. Now, Northeastern showed last week how good they can be, shooting the ball at a high percentage, defending well, and exhibiting the kind of depth that few teams in the CAA can match. In the 2 road wins, 7 different players scored in double figures, and those same 7 guys are averaging between 7 and 16 points per game in CAA play, so there's no one player an opponent can focus on. Perhaps the brightest spot was the performance of Sean Osias, who has missed much of the season with a high ankle sprain but hit 5 of 8 trays and poured in a season-high 21 points against the Tribe. Now, Charleston's loss to Drexel last week might have served as a wake-up call for the Cougars as they got back to their roots in Saturday's win over Delaware by locking down on defense and being very efficient offensively. Jarrell Brantley recorded his 5th double-double of the year with 18 points and 12 rebounds against the Hens, and the Cougars got contributions from a variety of players. Charleston has won 5 of 7 on the road this season, so they're used to having success away from home. With both of these teams sitting 3-2 in the league standings, it's a big game for both of them as they try to track down first-place Hofstra.
Also on Thursday night at 7, it will be Delaware, who currently sits alone in 2nd place in the CA standings, as they host JMU. Like you said earlier, Rob, the Dukes have won 2 in a row after starting 0-3 in conference action.
Yeah, JMU was a little bit snake-bit to start CA play. They dropped all 3 of those games by 5 points or less, but they've bounced back with 2 straight wins. Darius Banks is playing at a very high level over the past 3 games, averaging 21 points and 8 rebounds per contest while hitting 11 of 17 from 3-point range. His sophomore running mate, Matt Lewis, has topped the 20-point mark in 3 of his 5 outings, including 24 against Towson last Saturday. Now, the Dukes have also locked down defensively, especially from 3-point range, where their last 3 foes have shot less than 30%. Now we'll see if they can take that momentum away from the convo and snap a 6-game slide on the road. Now, outside of Hofstra, there's been no better story early in CAA play than Delaware. The Blue Hens have split 4 tough road games and are 2-0 at the Bob Carpenter Center. For Delaware, it starts in the middle with Eric Carter, who is among the CAA's top 5 in scoring and rebounding and has recorded 10 double-doubles. If teams choose to double down on him, it opens things up for 2 of the league's best 3-point shooters in Ryan Allen and Ithiel Horton. These teams played twice last season, and the 2 games were decided by a total of 3 points. Expect another close one on Thursday.
Yep. Moving on to Saturday at noon on CA.TV and regionally on Nesson Plus, UNCW will wrap up their northern road swing in Boston as they take on Northeastern.
Yeah, UNCW has won 3 of its last 4 and was clicking on all cylinders offensively in last Saturday's victory over Drexel, shooting 50% from the floor and draining 11 threes. Devontae Kaycock has recorded double-doubles in every CA game, including a 24-point, 12-rebound effort against the Dragons. But much like we talked about with Delaware, if you focus too much on him, there are plenty of other weapons. Gene Talsilla has reached the 20-point mark for the 4th time versus the Dragons. Ty Gatson is shooting a ridiculous 55% from three-point range, and freshman point guard Kai Taves continues to amaze with 7 games now with double-digit assists. It will be fun to watch Taves match up against All-CA standout Vasa Pushitsa, who has scored double figures in every game since returning from that broken wrist and is averaging nearly 5 assists per contest. Now, if you prefer watching the big men battle, check out K-Cock against the Huskies' 6'10", 250-pound center Anthony Green, who's scoring nearly 13 points per game in CA play while shooting 68% from the floor. Now, both regular season meetings between these teams last season went to overtime, and we should get another competitive matchup on Saturday.
At 4 on CA.TV, we have a good one for you as College of Charleston visits Hofstra. This is a big early matchup for both teams in regards to the league race, Rob.
Yeah, what a game this should be between two of the premier programs in the CAA. What's been most impressive to me during Hofstra's amazing start to the season is all the different ways that this team has found to win games and how well everyone seems to understand and embrace their roles. Obviously, it all starts with guard Justin Wright Foreman, who's averaging an incredible 32.6 points per game in league play and has developed the ability to score at all levels no matter what a defense does to him. Eli Pemberton can put points up in a variety of ways, and point guard Deshir Bowie has done a great job as a distributor and a defender. But the pride is also getting clutch contributions from different guys on different nights, whether it's Jalen Ray knocking down threes like he did at William & Mary, or Jaquil Taylor providing rebounding and toughness in the post. This is a team that leads the league in offense, is shooting at a high percentage, and is also #1 in the CAA in field goal and three-point defense. Now, however, they will face a stiff test from the defending CAA champions who would like to close the gap in those conference standings. The Cougars have their own prolific scorer in the backcourt in Grant Riller, who is averaging better than 21 points per game, and a matchup nightmare in senior forward Jarrell Brantley, who is strong enough to score off the dribble, in the post, or from beyond the three-point line. Charleston has built its reputation over the years on tough defense, and they're giving up just 65 points per game in CAA play. These teams both have goals of cutting the nets in March, and this game should have the feel and intensity of a championship matchup.
It should, yes it should. Now here's a look at the rest of the upcoming action around CAA men's basketball.
What does it mean to be a CAA student athlete? It's passion, commitment, accountability, preparing for the real world, discipline, on the court and in the classroom. CAA Hoops. It's only for those who want it the most.
CASports.com will have all the information you need regarding links to live stats, video, and audio coverage. Also, fans, you can watch all of the CA.TV action on several devices such as Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple TV, and Android TV by downloading the CAA.TV app that is available now.
You can also continue to follow the league on Facebook and Instagram by searching CA Sports. We're also on Twitter at CA Basketball using the hashtag CA Hoops.
The CA on-campus crew was at Elon this past weekend. For more on our trip to visit the Phoenix, visit our social media platforms, and stay tuned this week for our first In Focus feature of the season on Tyler Sebring.
Yeah, I think most CA fans are aware of what an amazing career that Tyler Sebring has had on the court as an all-conference player and in the classroom as a two-time academic All-American. We are fortunate to have the chance to talk with him about the influence his family and others have had on his success and what the future holds for him.
Our on-campus crew will be back on the road again this weekend at Northeastern. Once again, stay tuned to our social media outlets for all the behind-the-scenes action from Boston, and visit CASports.com next week for a feature on the Huskies. That is it from us today. Enjoy the games, everyone.